allowing me to be here tonight. I'm Carolyn Eslick. I'm the mayor for the city of Sultan. I'm in my second term. I'm also the founder of an organization called Grow Washington, which is a business development center that helps small businesses get started and expanded. My history goes back to, in this state and this county, to owning the Dutch Cup restaurant for 20 years out there on Highway 2. How many of you have been there?
Driven by
Okay,
it.
thank you. Drove by. You didn't stop. Driven by it.
Yes.
Appreciate all of you that did come in when I owned it. I learned many things in those 20 years. One was how to deal with employees. Overnight I had 40 employees. And I'm telling you, the first year of business, I don't remember a thing, because there were so many decisions to be made, and they had to be made fast. And so I learned to really listen to myself and my gut, and then the folks that are around me. The other thing that I learned early on was your city and your community is the most important part of your business. And I learned after they had built a building on Main Street that did not allow for Main Street entrance, that things needed to change, and you have to be sitting at the table. I went to City Hall and said, why did you allow this building to be built with no entrance to Main Street? When in my heart, I know, heart and soul is Main Street for your town. They said, well, you weren't sitting here, and no one else was. You need to be involved. And so when the opportunity came, there was an empty seat at the council, and I applied for it, and I got in. So for the first 2 years, it was easy for me to get a taste of what that meant, to be on the ground in city council making decisions. I then ran again, and for the next 4 years, I was on city council. Learned a lot. Then I decided it was time to run for mayor. Ran. Didn't make it that time. But you know, you learn something every time. During the time that I was at the restaurant, I had the opportunity to be able to really work with my leaders in my community. I've learned that you need to listen to the people that are surrounding you. You might not know everything about everything, but you've got to know the people that do know. I have become a mayor that has worked collaboratively with my other leaders. When I started Block Watch in our community, and that's a volunteer program that gives the sheriff's department and your police department extra eyes and ears for your community policing. I knew it was important to do that before I even became the mayor, because we were having real issues with our police department. We owned our own, I was part of the city, and there were too many police folks, but not enough work being done. I knew that things had to change. Not to mention that they were $100,000 over budget 2 years in a row. Bad situation. So when I became the mayor, we negotiated with the sheriff's department, and that was the best contract that we've ever made for our little city. We saved $100,000 a year. We don't have as many officers on the street, but we have Block Watch on the street that we meet with every month, and they're trained to call 911 now when there's a suspicious car in the neighborhood. Folks want to know, why am I running? Why am I running for Snohomish County executive position? And I can tell you one thing for sure, that the criminal justice system in Snohomish County is broke. And I'm going to tell you what has happened. As you notice, I'm not wearing a necklace. I was burglarized twice in one day. That just happened February 24th. We had just come back from vacation. The night before, my car had been ransacked. Now, I did some wrong things. I left too many good things in the car. It also included the key to my house. Right? Don't do that. We came home after being gone 2 hours, and the house had been burglarized. The sheriff came, gave me the report form to fill out, and he said, don't fill it out right now. You're going to realize that there's a lot of things that are missing. They were right on. There were. We left the house about 2:30 and didn't get home till after dinner. We walked right in the door wasn't locked again. Dang it, if they had not come back. And when I walked into the living room, there's my blanket on the living room that they were ready to throw things in. My TV had been unplugged, ready to be taken. Now I went upstairs, not thinking that maybe they still could have been in there, right? Went upstairs, my TV in the bedroom's gone. Now I'm really mad because my husband really likes his movies when he goes to bed. I'm really mad now. It wasn't 3 days later that I had the opportunity to sit and have dinner with Lubbock. And I gave him the story. This is what happened. He said, what can we do about these burglaries? He said, there's nothing we can do. That's what he said. There's nothing we can do. I said, that can't be true. Now the deal is they did catch the guy that burglarized my house, and that was because of Facebook. Spread it out there, my daughter did immediately. In an hour's time, 30 people had chimed in and talked about this white car, 1991 Civic Honda, that was in the neighborhood. They picked him up. It was his 9th time that he went to jail for burglary. 5 of those were felons. Why are they not keeping these people? He was out in 48 hours. Why? Because it's not a crime to the victim. It's not a serious, it's not a robbery. He wasn't carrying a gun or a knife. The system doesn't care. Now, in my opinion, we have too many mental health patients in our jail. We need to, there's 90% of the people that go to jail today are either on drugs or have a mental health issue. There is a portion of those people that need to be in a hospital, not in jail. So why am I running? Our criminal justice system absolutely has to be overhauled. I am all about safety in the community. I'm all about continuing our economic development, as I have proven with my Grow Washington program, which we just opened our 3rd store in Everett. Information here, we have flyers to hand out to let you know about what we've done. I know business, I know about collaborative leadership, and I want to be the next Snohomish County Executive. Thank you.
Questions for Carolyn? Mike?
I went before, so I wanted to make sure.
Go for it.
Well, Carolyn, what do you think? I mean, when you talk about fixing the criminal justice system, I mean, as county executive, what do you think what's your plan, or how do you think as county executive, what powers do you have or authorities?
My powers as executive will be no different than my mayor position. I'm in charge of the budget. I'm in charge of all the departments, heads of the employees. The sheriff's department is part of my department. Now, what will I do? There are lots of things that I need to learn about it first, right? I have been in politics long enough to understand that I can't say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You have to find out and research what the problems are and have the right people sitting at the table with you to just have that discussion. I know that there were $300,000 over their budget and they just went to the council to get more money. I know there's issues. I am not happy with how things have been going the last few years in the jail and the sheriff's department.
Thank you. Mike?
How do you feel about having an armed populace?
A what?
An armed populace.
Armed?
Yes.
I had a 44 special in my hand on Sunday. In my hand. My little 22 that was in my drawer that the burglar didn't get, didn't seem like it was going to do the job next time. You're welcome. Any other questions?
Yeah, do you have an envelope?
What? Yes, I brought it. No, oh, yes. Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Carolyn. All right, so on to Jim Upton running for